Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste, friends. Many thanks to Tatparya Sangita series for providing me an opportunity to present my reflections on the topic of my interest. The topic that I have chosen is Kamalamba Navavarnams. Before getting into the topic, I would like to introduce two topics which need to be understood before we can get into the main topic. So, Kamalamba Navavarnams is based on the Sri Vidya school of spiritualism. So, the Sri Vidya Upasana uses a yantra called Sri Chakra. Sri Vidya may be translated as auspicious knowledge. It refers to a tantric spiritual tradition in which the primary deity is goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari, a form of primordial feminine principle known as the Shakti. Sri Vidya Upasana is an esoteric practice which needs to be initiated through a guru, which approaches the Brahman or the absolute consciousness or the absolute truth, whichever you want to call it, through the worship of Lalita Tripura Sundari, the Supreme Mother, who is the source of all creation. Sri Chakra is the yantra that is used for Sri Vidya Upasana. A yantra is nothing but just a device which is used for spiritual advancement. So the Sri Yantra is the central object of worship for the Sri Vidya tradition of spiritualism. Each design element of the Sri Yantra has a philosophical significance. The center of the Sri Vidya Sri Chakra is Bindu. This is the dot. This is the singular point from which all manifest reality emerges. So the evolution of the universe itself is modeled through a primordial feminine principle of divinity, which is an amazing concept. This concept provoked my thoughts, and it was very interesting to me because in most theologies, the source of creation is always modeled through a masculine form of the divinity. So God is always referred to as He who created. But in this school of spiritualism, the source of creation is modeled through a primordial feminine principle. So which was extremely interesting. In today's world, we talk about diversity and inclusion, and it is extremely interesting that this concept has always been existing in the tradition of Sanatana Dharma. In simple terms, the Sri Vidya Yantra is a model to attain the supreme truth, and it has got 9 barriers or levels that you need to cross, and each of these barriers is called an enclosure or an avarana. So, a normal layman starts from outside of the chakra. He is caught in the worldly passions. Then through sadhana, he has to try to attain the ultimate truth by elevating his plane of consciousness through these 9 levels to finally attain the single primary truth. The core of the Sri Chakra is formed by interplay of interpenetrating triangles. 5 downward pointing triangles represent Shakti, and 5 upward pointing triangles refer to Shiva. And the interplay of these triangles create a total of 43 triangles. So the core of the Sri Chakra comprises of 43 triangles, which has got a ring of 14 triangles, followed by another ring of 10 triangles, followed by another ring of 10 triangles, followed by an inner ring of 8 triangles, and finally a single triangle which encloses the Bindu or the absolute consciousness. The spiritual practice of Sri Vidya Upasana is not everyone's cup of tea. So through this piece of research that I've conducted, I have concluded that it is definitely beyond me. It is impossible in this lifetime to be initiated in Sri Vidya Upasana and to attain the absolute consciousness through the sadhana. But fortunately, we have Muthuswami Dikshita's Kamalamba Navavarnams. Muthuswami Dikshita's Kamalamba Navavarnams have actually musically incorporated the entire practice of Sri Vidya Upasana into these beautiful series of kritis called the Kamalamba Navavarnams. So Muthuswami Dikshitar, was a great Sri Vidya Upasaka and was very well versed in all aspects of the Upasana. Out of his devotion of Sri Kamalamba, one of the 64 Shakti Peetams in India, the deity at the famous Tyagaraja temple in Tiruvarur, and out of his compassion for all the bhaktas, he has composed the Kamalamba Navavarna Kritis, expounding in each of the 9 Kritis the details of each avarana or each philosophical level of the Sri Vidya, Sri Chakra. He has given fantastic details, many of which are very complicated and intricate. The Kamalamba Navavarna series has got a Dhyana Kriti and then a Mangala Kriti and one Kriti for each of the enclosures of the Sri Chakra or the Avarnas. And the beauty about this set of composition is that each Avarna is composed in a certain declension of a particular noun. So there is a Kriti for the nominative case, the accusative case, the instrumental case, the dative case, the ablative case, genitive case, locative case, and vocative case. And the Dhyana and the Mangala Kriti incorporates all the forms of the noun. So I'll now outline the structure of the Sri Chakra. The Sri Chakra comprises of 9 enclosures, like I said. The first enclosure is the outermost square, and it's called the Trilokya Mohana Chakra. The next enclosure is a 16-petal lotus called the Sarvasa Paripuraka Chakra. The third level is a 8-petal lotus, and the chakra is called as Sarva Samshobhana Chakra. And then we enter the core part of the Sri Chakra, which is created by the interplay of the isosceles triangles. Next, we enter the Sarva Saubhagya Dayaka Chakra, which is an outer ring of 14 triangles. Then we have the Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra, which is a ring of 10 triangles. Then we have the Sarva Rakshakara Chakra, which is a ring of 10 triangles. Then we get into the Sarva Rogahara, which is a inner ring of 8 triangles. And finally, we get the last triangle, the 43rd triangle, which is the Sarva Siddhi Prada Chakra, which is a single triangle. And this triangle contains the Bindu at its center. The Bindu itself is called the Sarva Anandamaya Chakra. And this represents the absolute consciousness, the source of creation of the entire universe. So my presentation today is scratching the surface. So I am actually taking up 3 avaranas, the Shodasha Dalam or the 16-petaled lotus called the Sarvasa Paripuraka Chakram, which is represented by the Kriti Kamalambam Bajare in Kalyani Ragam. And this is composed in the accusative case of the noun. The next would be the second outer lotus, which is the Ashtadalam or the 8-petaled lotus, which is called the Sarva Samshobhana Chakram. And this is represented by the Kriti Sri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham in Shankarabharanam, and it is composed in the instrumental case of the noun. And then we enter the core of the chakra through the Chaturdasha Trikona Chakra, which is the ring of 14 triangles. And this represents the Sarva Saubhagya Dayaka Chakram. And this is represented by the Kriti Kamalambikayai Kanakamshukayai, and in Raga Kamboji. And this is composed in the dative form of the noun. Our first Kriti for today's presentation is Kamalambam Bajare Re Manasa. This Kriti represents the Shodasha Dala Avarana, and the chakra represented by this Kriti is Sarva Asha Paripuraka Chakra, fulfiller of all desires and expectations. The Yogini is Gupta Yogini, and the Vidya is Aim Klim Sau. The Avarana corresponds to the Swadhisthana Chakra of the mother. This Kriti is a beautiful composition. Since 16 is the dominant number, Muthuswami Dikshidhar seems to have chosen the Aditala, which is in 2 kalais and can be considered to be a cycle of 16 beats. So that itself was an eye-opener for me. So how each design element of the Kriti has been deliberately designed to align with the Avarana and the chakra it represents. Kamalambam Bhajare Kalpita Maya Karyam Tyajare is the Pallavi of the Kriti. This Kriti is composed in Dvitiya Vibhakti, which denotes to or towards. The noun in this case occupies the space of the direct object. So, Kamalambam Bhajare, O mind, please worship goddess Kamalamba and cast aside Tyajare, attachment to this illusory world. Kalpita Maya Karyam Tyajare. That is the Pallavi of the Kriti. Then we move to the Anupallavi, which starts with Kamala Vani Sevita Parshvam. So, this line denotes that goddess Lalita is being serviced by Lakshmi on one side and Saraswati on the other side. This same line also occurs in a beautiful Muthuswami Dikshidhar Kriti in Nasamani or Nasika Bhushni called Sri Rama Saraswatim Sevitam. So the same line is also reflected in this first line of the Anupallavi. Kamala Vani Sevita Parshvam Kambujaya Grivam Nata Devam. The beauty of her neck, the Grivam, surpasses that of a conch. Kamalapura Sadanam, she resides in Kamalapura or Thiruvarur. Thiruvarur is referred to as Kamalapura. Mridu Gadanam, she speaks very softly. Has beautiful teeth. Kamaniya Radanam, Kamalavadanam. Her face looks like a beautiful blooming lotus. Then we move on to the Charanam. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swaminim Paramashiva Kaminim. When I used to sing this Kriti earlier, I used to always repeat one line after the other. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra. But then I realized when I was studying this Kriti for this presentation that this line is incomplete. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swaminim Paramashiva Kaminim. So you have to sing these two. When you go to the Charanam, you have to sing these two lines together and they form 16 aksharams of the Talam. So again, this corresponds to the design of the chakra which has a 16 petal lotus. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swaminim Paramashiva Kaminim. So she is the Swamini, goddess of the Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra, and she is the beloved of Paramashiva. Durvasarchita Gupta Yogini. So this goddess has been worshipped by the sage Durvasa, and this line starts with a da. So this Durvasa starts with the akshara da, and then the notation also starts with the swara da. So there is an element of swarakshara here as well. Dukkha Dvamsinim Hamsinim. So she is a destroyer of all sorrows, and she is a Hamsini. So in many of these compositions, Muthuswami Dikshitar has actually used the word or the bird swan. Swan is actually a bird that is used commonly in Sanatana Dharma to represent a very high form of enlightenment. So a swan can separate water from milk. So great saints are called Paramahamsas. So Hamsini is actually used here to denote the high level of spiritual elevation of the goddess. Nirvana Nijasukha Pradayinim. So she is a provider of true bliss, and she provides salvation, nirvana. And this line also starts with Ni. So again there is an element of Swarakshara here. Nirvana Nijasukha Pradayinim Nitya Kalyanim. So she is ever auspicious. And again Muthuswami Dikshitar beautifully incorporates the raga also in this line. Nitya Kalyanim. Katyayini. She is also known as Katyayini. Sharvani. So she is also known as Sharvani. These are all different names. Madhupa Vijaya Venim. So now here he talks about the dark tresses of the goddess, Veni, which exceeds the dark hue of a swarm of bees. Such a beautiful poetry here. Sadguru Guha Swarupinim. So she, Guru Guha, can also be Muthuswami Dikshitar's Guru. So she embodies the spirit of Muthuswami Dikshitar's Guru here. And the mudra is also beautifully brought out in this particular line. Guru Guha. Niranjanim. So she is blemishless. Garvita Bandasura Bhanjanim. So she destroys the arrogant Rakshasa, Asura, Bhandasura. Kama Karshanyadi Ranjanim. So this particular chakra has 16 Shaktis, starting with Kama Karshini, Buddhi Akarshini, Ahamkara Akarshini, Chitta Akarshini, and so on. So there are 16 different Shaktis. So here Muthuswami Dikshitar has referred the first Shakti, Kama Karshanyadi. So he says Kama Karshani and the other 16 Shaktis. Kama Karshanyadi Ranjanim. So she delights all of these Shaktis. Nirvisesha Chaitanya Rupinim. So she is the Nirvisesha, the attributeless, supreme, Chaitanya Rupinim. And Urvi Tattvadi Swarupinim. So she is the form which represents the whole world. Urvi Tattvadi Swarupinim. Kamalambam Bajare Kalpita Maya Karyam Tyajare. I have been singing this Kriti forever, but once I dwelled deeper into this Kriti for the purpose of this exercise, I discovered new insights. For example, I realized that I have been singing the lyrics wrong. So the composition has been composed in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, Kamalambam Bajare. So when we actually sing the Charanam, a lot of times we leave out the accusative case. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swaminim. It has to be Swaminim. That represents the accusative case. But many times we simply sing it as Swamini. Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swamini Paramashiva Kamini. It's actually not Paramashiva Kamini but Kaminim. So once I started going deep into this composition, I discovered that I have been singing this wrongly for all these years. And when I referred to some other recordings, a lot of people have also sung it this way. So we have been taking Muthuswami Dikshitar a lot for granted. But I think once we start studying these works, we should show some fidelity to the design of the composition and try to sing it as closely as possible to the original intent with which the composer composed the composition. Kamalambam Bajare Kalpita Maya Karyam Tyajare. कमलाम्बां भज रे मानस कमलाम्बां भज रे मानस कल्पित माया कार्यं त्यज रे कमलाम्बां भज रे कमलावाणी कमलावाणी सेवितवर्ष्म कंबुजय ग्रीवा नतदेवा कंबुजय कंबुजय ग्रीवां नतदेवां कमलपुरसदनां मृदुगदनां कमनीय प्रडनां कमलवदनां कमलपुरसदनां मृदुगदनां कमनीय रडनां कमलवदनां कमलाम्बां भज रे सर्वाश परिपूरक चक्रस्वामिनीं परमशिव कामिनीं सर्वाशा परिपूरक चक्रस्वामिनीं परमशिव कामिनीं दूर्वासार्चित गुप्तयोगिनीं दुःखध्वंसिनीं हंसिनीं दूर्वासार्चित The next Kriti in our presentation today is Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham in Ragam Shankarabharanam. This Kriti represents the Ashtadala Padma, the 8-petal lotus Avarana, and the chakra that this Kriti represents is the Sarva Samshobhana Chakra, the chakra that agitates all. The interesting thing about this Kriti is that the Kriti has been composed in the raga Shankarabharanam. Interestingly, this raga occurs in the 5th chakra of the Melakarta classification. It's called the Bana chakra, and this Kriti represents Sarva Samshobhana chakra. So I found that very interesting. So 5, the number 5 assumes a lot of significance in this Kriti, because in this Kriti, Dikshidhar also talks about Panchakritya, 5 cosmic acts performed by Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So the number 5 plays a very, very important role in this Kriti. And interestingly, Shankarabharanam is also the 5th raga in the 5th chakra. So probably that is the significance of composing this composition in raga Shankarabharanam. And another interesting fact is that when you do Graha Bedam on Shankarabharanam, it gives you another 5 Melakarta ragam. So 5 becomes a very dominant number in this particular Kriti. The Pallavi of the Kriti goes like this: Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham Satchidananda Paripurna Brahmasmi. So this Kriti is composed in beautiful Tritiya Vibhakti, and this instrumental case denotes by, through, by means of, with. Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham. I have been blessed by Kamalambika, and I have attained the true bliss, Sachidananda Paripurna Brahmasmi. So that's the beautiful Pallavi that Muthuswami Dikshitar has composed. So this particular Pallavi itself is very elaborately sung by my Guru D.K. Jayaraman, and it's got about 6 sangatis beautifully laid out, and completely covers the entire rasa of the ragam. So the Pallavi is very, very elaborate in this particular kriti. The Anupallavi goes like this: Paka Shashanadi Sakala Devata Sevitaya. So Kamalambika is being worshipped by Indra and all the other celestial devas. Pankajasanadi Pancha Kritya Krit Bhavitaya. So she is adored by Brahma, Pankaja Asana, and others who perform the Panchakritya. Again, I was talking about the 5 being a dominant number. So this is the line where Muthuswami Dikshitar talks about the Panchakritya, the 5 cosmic acts. Then we move on to the lyric that is sung in second speed. Shoka Hara Chatura Padaya. Her feet are adroit at removing grief. Shoka Hara Chatura Padaya. Mukha Mukhya Vakpradaya. So she actually made a person who cannot speak, a dumb person, sing poetry. So I did not know what this meant, but when I dwelled deeper, there was a Kavi called Mukha Kavi who used to go to the temple of Kamakshi, and suddenly one day he was able to sing poetry. And Mukha Kavi eventually became one of the Shankaracharyas of the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam. He is said to be the 20th pontiff, and he has composed a beautiful composition called Mukha Panchasati, a set of 500 verses about the goddess. So Mukha Mukhya Vakpradaya. So this goddess can even make a dumb person become a poet. So the poetry is beautiful here. Shoka Hara Chatura Padaya. Here Padaya refers to the feet. Mukha Mukhya Vakpradaya. So here she provides speech to somebody who cannot speak. Kokanada Vijaya Padaya. So that means Kokanada is again lotus. So her lotus feet can provide victory to all. Guru Guha Tat Trai Padaya. Here there is a pun in the word Padam. So Padam also means feet. It also means a Padam or a phrase. So here he says Guru Guha Tat Trai Padaya. So here I think Muthuswami Dikshitar talks about the Trai Padam, that is Tattvamasi, which is the essence of Advaita philosophy. So she embodies that particular philosophy. Here Padam means the phrase and not the feet. So it's a beautiful poetry in the Anupallavi. Moving on to the Charanam, the first line is Ananga Kusumadhyashta Shaktya Akaraya. So this is the 8-petal lotus chakra. So it has got, the chakra has got 8 Shaktis, and the Shaktis are starting with Ananga Kusuma. So he says Ananga Kusuma plus 7 other Shaktis and Akaraya. So she actually is the form that embodies these 8 Shaktis. Aruna Varna Samshobhana Chakra Akaraya. So Aruna Varna means, in this case, the color of dawn or red color. So she is of the red hue. She is enshrined, Akaraya, in the Samshobhana Chakra. So Samshobhana Chakra is the chakra for this particular Avarana. So the next line goes Ananta Koti Andanayaka Shankaranayikaya. So in this particular kriti, Muthuswami Dikshitar refers to goddess Tripura Sundari as Shankara Naikaya. So, this line also comprises of the Raga Mudra Shankara Bharanam. So she is actually called it Shankara, and and he says she is Shankara Naika. So Shankara Bharana, Shankara Naika. So the Raga Mudra is beautifully weaved into this poetry. Ashta Vargatmaka Gupta Taraya Varaya. So she is the nature of the hidden Ashtavarga, the 8 groups of consonants starting with ka, ka, ga, ga, nga, and so on and so forth. So she is actually the nature of the hidden Ashtavarga alphabets of the Sanskrit language. Gupta Taraya Varaya. And then we move on to the final phrases which are sung in second speed. Anangadyupasitaya. So she is worshipped by Kamadeva. Ananga here means the Kamadeva. Ashtadalabjastitaya. So she sits on the 8-petaled lotus. Dhanurbhana Darakaraya. So she wields the bow and arrow. Again, Bana Chakra, Samshobhana Chakra. So I think there is some correlation in the choice of words here. Daya Sudha Sagaraya. So she is full of compassion, embodiment. She is an ocean of compassion. Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham. Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham. Amba 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 Shri Kamalambikaya Katakshitoham. अम्ब श्रीकमलाम्बिकया कटाक्षी त्वां सच्चिदानन्द परिपूर्ण ब्रह्मास्मि। पाकशासनादि सकल देवता सेवितया पाकशासनादि सकल देवता सेवितया पाकशासनादि सकल देवता सेवितया पाकशासनादि सकल देवता सेवितया पंकजासनादि पंच कृत्यकृत भावितय पंकजासनादि पंच कृत्यकृत भावितय पंकजासनादि पंच कृत्यकृत भावितय पंकजासनादि पंच कृत्यकृत भावितय शोकहर चतुरपदया मूकमुख्यवाक्प्रदया क्वकनद विजयपदया गुरुगुहदत्रयीपदया क्वकहर चतुरपदया मूकमुख्यवाक्प्रदया क्वकनद विजयपदया गुरुगुहदत्रयीपदया श्रीकमलाम्बिकया कटाक्षी त्वां सच्चिदानन्द परिपूर्ण ब्रह्मास्मि। अनंग कुसुमाध्यष्ट शक्त्या कारया अनंग शक्त्या नायक शंकर नायिक अनंत कोट्यंड नायक शंकर नायिक सागरय अनङ्गाद्युपासितय अष्टदळं जष्टितय धनुर्बाणधरकरय दयसुदासागरय श्रीकमलय विकय Next, we move on to the final piece of our presentation today, and this kriti is called Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste Namaste. And this is set to beautiful Kamboji Ragam, and it is set to Kanta Jati Atatalam, which has got 14 aksharas. And this kriti represents the Chaturdasha Trikona Avarana, which a figure made up of 14 triangles. So there is a beautiful coincidence here. Not coincidence, but a beautiful design to align with the chakra that this particular kriti represents. The chakra is called Sarva Saubhagya Dayaka Chakra, the chakra that grants excellence. 14 is the dominant number of this kriti. So this kriti is composed in the dative case of the noun, which denotes to or for. The noun in this case occupies the place of an indirect object. So when we say we give food to man, man here is the indirect object and food is the direct object. So this case represents an indirect object. I now remember my Sanskrit teacher always telling me Namaha governs dative case. So here Mudduswami Dikshitar has said Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste. So Namaste here governs the dative case. So beautifully, the grammatical aspect of the language is beautifully brought out here. And there is also an interesting thing which I reflected upon when I studied this Kriti. So the word Namaste is repeated 2 times here. Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste. So Namaste, when it is repeated 2 times, it is equivalent to saying it infinite times. So this actually has been explained by Maha Periyava in his documented conversation with Ariyakudi Ramanujayengar, when he explains, when Periyava explains the Sri Subramanya Namaste Kriti to Ariyakudi Ramanujayengar. So here he actually mentions that Namaste is repeated 2 times for this infinite emphasis. So that also occurs in this Kriti. Interestingly, Sri Subramanya Namaste is also composed in Kamboji Ragam, and Kamalambikayai also is in dative case, composed in Kamboji Ragam. The other Kriti, there is another Kriti called Tyagarajaya Namaste. Tyagarajaya Namaste, composed in Begada Ragam. Here also the word Namaste occurs 2 times. Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai. So Kanakamshuka means one who wears golden clothes. Karpura Vidikayai. So she loves camphor flavored beetle leaf. So beautiful. I almost want to try this once. Add some camphor flavor to beetle leaf. So this is the Pallavi. Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste. Beautifully said to Kantajatiya Atathalam. We move on to the Anupallavi now. Kamala Kantanujayai, Kameshwaryai Ajayai. So Kamala Kanta is Vishnu. Kamala is Mahalakshmi. Kamala Kanta is Mahavishnu. So Kamala Kanta Anujaye. So she is the younger sister of Vishnu. Kameshwaryai Ajaye. So she is Kameshwari. She is unborn. Ajaye. Then this actually continues with the next line. Kameshwaryai Ajaye Himagiri Tanujayai Pujayai Hrimkara Pujayai. So basically she is the unborn daughter of the Giri Himalaya, and she is worshipped with the sound Hrim. Kamala Nagara Viharinye. So she resides in Tiruvarur or Kamala Nagara. Kalasamuha Samharinyai. So Kala means dishonest. So there is also a Hindi movie called Kal Nayak. So dishonest people are called Kala in Sanskrit. Kala Samuha Samharinyai. Kamaniya Ratnaharinyai. She wears beautiful necklaces made of gems. Kali Kalmasha Pariharinyai. So this Kali Yuga is a yuga where we commit a lot of sins, and she removes those sins. Kali Kalmasha Pariharanyai, Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshikayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste. So we move to the Charanam, and interestingly, the first line talks about the Charanam of the goddess. Sakala Saubhagya Dayakamboja Charanayai. So Sakala Saubhagya Dayaka is the name of this chakra. Sakala Saubhagya Dayaka Ambuja Charanayai is the line. So Sakala Saubhagya Dayaka is the chakra. Ambuja Charanayai is the lotus feet. So this is the charanam. We talk about the goddess's charanam, the feet. Sakala Saubhagya Daya Kamboja Charanai. So here the raga is also beautifully weaved in a sukshma way, in a very, very intricate way. So Sakala Saubhagya Dayaka Ambuja Charanai. So when you join the Dayaka and Ambuja, it becomes Kamboja. So the raga is beautifully weaved in. Then the next line, Samshobhinyadi Shakti Yuta Chaturtya Varanaye. So when I learned this song, it was very difficult for me because it is set to Kantajati Atatalam, and it's not normally sung. So I was struggling, but I found when I started learning it, it was much easier than I expected because of the beautiful design. So whenever what I noticed is in this he talks about Chaturtha Avarana. So this is the fourth enclosure that Muthuswami Dikshitar is talking about, the Chaturdasha Trikona. So here, when he talks about Chaturtha, it comes in the it occurs in the ring finger of the tala. So that is the fourth beat. So beautiful design. Samshobhinyadi Shakti. So there are all the Shaktis. All the 14 Shaktis start with starting with Samshobhini. So Yuta Chaturtha Avaranaye. So she is the presiding deity of the fourth Avarana. Prakata Chaturdasha Bhuvana Bharanaye. So there are 14 lokas. So when we perform our Nityanushtana, we talk about Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, Rasatala, Talatala, and then Buhu, Buaha, Suaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. So these are the 14 lokas. So here he talks, Muthuswami Dikshitar talks about the Chaturdasha Bhuvana Bharana. So she actually, she rules the 14 manifest worlds. Prabala Guruguha Sampradayantak Karanaye. So here the Mudra Guru Guha is weaved in beautifully, and he talks about Prabala Guru Guha Sampradaya and then Antakarana. So Antakarana means the heart. So the goddess is the heart of the Prabala Sampradaya to which Guru Guha belongs. So Guru Guha belongs, that is Muthuswami Dikshitar belongs to the Sri Vidya Upasana Sampradaya, and Kamalambika is the heart of that tradition. So that is how the mudra is beautifully weaved into the Sahitya. Akalanka Rupa Varnaye. So she's got a flawless beauty and complexion. Akalanka, flawless. Rupa Varnaye. Aparnaye Suparnaye. Aparna is the name of Parvati. Apparently, Parvati, when she did penance to please Shiva, she did not even consume a fallen leaf. Aparna. That's why she is called Aparna. So this was new to me. I didn't know this before. Aparnaye Suparnaye. Suparna is actually another name for Hamsa. The bird Hamsa is also called Suparna. So again here also in this Kriti also Muthuswami Dikshitar refers to goddess as Suparna or swan. Sukara Dhruta Chapa Banaye. Again, her beautiful, charming hands is holding a bow and arrow. So this also occurs in other kritis. Shobhanakara Manukonaye. So Manu, there are 14 Manus in a Kalpa, and that is why this is also called 14. 14 becomes significant. So 14 Manus and then 14 triangles and Manukona. So that is how this line is designed. Shobhana Kara Manukonai, and this chakra is also called Samshobhana Chakra. So all the words are designed very carefully here. Sakunkumadi Lepanaye. So she is besmeared with kunkuma. Chara Charadi Kalpanaye. So she is the creator of Chara and Achara. So movable and immovable phenomena. Chikura Vijita Neela Ghanayai. Again here, Muthuswami Dikshidhar talks about the beautiful black tresses of the goddess. He talks about the dark hue of the tresses, greater than the hue generated by dark clouds. Chidananda Purnayai. So, she is the plenitude of consciousness, Chit and bliss, Ananda. Kamalambikayai, Kanakamshukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste.
Yai
सकल सौभाग्यदायकं वो वज चरणय सकल सौभाग्यदायकं वो वज चरणय संशोभिल्यदिजयक्ति युत चतुर्थ वर्णायै संशोभिल्यदिजयक्ति युत चतुर्थ वर्णायै प्रकट चतुर्बुर्दयश भुवन भरणयै प्रकट चतुर्बुर्दयश भुवन भरणयै प्रबल गुरु गुह संप्रदाय Thank you again, once again, Tatparya Sangeeta series and Prapti events for this wonderful opportunity to delve into these beautiful compositions. Again, to reiterate, we are just scratching the surface. Sri Vidya Upasana is not my cup of tea, but thankfully I have been initiated into music and I have been able to enjoy this and understand this tradition which has been simplified and presented to us in a platter by Muthuswami Dikshitar. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my wonderful accompanist, Shruti and Devrajan, for wonderful accompaniment and their kind understanding uh, uh, and support through this process of unpacking these beautiful kritis. Thanks to both of them. Kamalambikayai, Kanakam Shukayai, Karpura Vidikayai, Namaste, Namaste.